So, are you wondering, what is your jury duty service going to be like? Want to hear more? Stay tuned. Hello, I'm Maryland medical malpractice attorney Marcus Boston, and I want to talk with you today about what is jury duty. Now, what you've got to remember is that this process varies from state to state, county to county, judge to judge. So if you are watching this video and you're in another state other than Maryland and you're looking at this video, just remember that your state may do things a little bit different, but I'm sure that my experience will help you get a better understanding of the process. Well, like I said, I'm a Maryland medical malpractice attorney, so for me, this entire experience today was very interesting because I was able to see things not only from an attorney standpoint, but also as just being a resident of Montgomery County. So what happened is I had to show up at the courthouse today at 8:30 in the morning. And when I got to the 4th floor, I checked in at the jury lounge and I had to show the young lady who was there my summons, the paper that they had mailed me in the mail. I had to show her that. And once they did that, then they checked off my information and I received a packet explaining jury duty to me. So as I sat and I waited for something else to happen, we eventually came to the point to where they showed us a video, and this video pretty much explained the process, the court process. It explained what is a civil trial, what is a criminal trial, who are the players in this process. You've got the judge, you've got the parties to the case. If it's a civil case, you've got the plaintiff, and then you've got the defendant, the person that they're suing. And if it's a criminal case, you've got the state's attorney's office, and then you've got the defendant. Of course, you've got the courtroom personnel, the clerks and the bailiffs and things of that nature. So that's what the video did. It pretty much explained the process to us and reminded us of how important our service is as a juror, as a prospective juror. So after that video was shown, we then got a visit from one of the judges, and the judge came down and pretty much explained to everyone again why this process is so important and why jurors are play such an important role in all of this in our system of justice here in America. Now, I want to make a side note too. Now, again, it depends on where you are, but in Montgomery County, they had Wi-Fi, and they had, in the jury lounge, they had Wi-Fi, and they had a couple of slow computers that were in the back. So we were not cut off from the outside world. So if you had a tablet or anything like that, your smartphones, iPad, all that stuff, there was Wi-Fi, there was Wi-Fi in the jurors lounge. So weren't cut off from everybody. But after that, after we watched the video, then what happened is one of the court personnel then told us that they would be taking us all out in groups. Now, when I got my summons in the mail, I had a number that was on that summons, and that is how they group everyone. So for example, the first group might have been numbers 1 through 100. And what would happen is that group would then get up and then go to a courtroom. The next group would be 101 to, let's say, 160. And then that group would get up and go to a courtroom. Now, you would only go to a courtroom if a judge needed a jury. So in this entire process, there is going to be some waiting because depending on where your number is, you will probably have to wait. So, well, my number was eventually called and off I went up to a courtroom. Now, this was the interesting part because this is where you get to really see the process at work. Once we got into the courtroom was empty, other than, of course, the people who are involved in the process. My case that they called was a criminal case. So there was state's attorney was there, the defense attorney was there, and the defendant was there. Of course, the judge and all the other court personnel. But once we got in, that is when we were introduced to this topic or this term called voir dire. And what this really means is that this allows the people bringing the lawsuit or the defendant in the criminal case, it allows the parties to know more about you. It allows them to ask you questions to see if you would be a good fit for this particular case. So, for example, they can ask questions like, what do you do for a living? Do you have military background? Are you law enforcement? What does your spouse do? Again, all of these questions are here to learn a little bit more about you and to see, again, if you are a good fit for the case. So, for example, the way my judge did it, and again, you got to remember, it may vary from courtroom to courtroom. But, for example, the judge asked, do we have anyone in here who's an attorney? Well, I would raise my hand, which I did, and then I stood up and I was able to tell the court and everyone else what I did. Now, sometimes some questions may be a little bit more sensitive, and in instances like this, what the court will do, or what normally is done, is that once everyone waives their hand who has an affirmative answer to that question, they will then line you up in the middle of the courtroom, or however the courtroom is set up, and then one by one you will go up to the bench and you would answer the question. Now, once you go up to the bench, the judge is there, the attorney, again, my case was a criminal case that I was in sitting on, so the state's attorney was there, the criminal defense attorney was there, and the defendant was there. So you would then go up and you would answer the question. Now, the reason why sometimes they make you go up to the bench is because depending on the nature of the question, that they do not want to get, let everyone know what your situation is depending on what type of question is asked. So, like I said earlier, I was not picked. So because I was not picked to sit on a jury, I then, once the 12 people were picked that the parties wanted, then I was sent back down to the jurors' lounge, and that pretty much concluded my day. Now, again, you got to remember, each jurisdiction may do it a little bit different, but this is just to give you a sense of what your experience may be like. So guys, if you like the video, if you like what you just heard, take a quick moment and like this video and subscribe to our YouTube page. The reason why you want to like and subscribe is because if you like the video, it will help others who are looking for answers, who are trying to find information on the internet. It will help them out also. And if you subscribe, then as soon as Boston Law Group uploads more helpful videos, I think we have like now over 180 videos on our YouTube channel, but as soon as we upload another video like what you just heard today, YouTube will let you know, hey, Boston Law Group LLC, they've got some more helpful information for you. Again, I'm Marcus Boston. I'm one of the medical malpractice attorneys here at Boston Law Group LLC, which is a law firm here in Maryland which helps victims of medical malpractice throughout the state. Guys, thanks for taking the time to watch the video today, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
When your doctor acts as if you aren't even there, you deserve answers.